A.D.O1 Alex King Nortey, who's with the Public Relations Department of the Ghana National Fire Service, back in the studio. Welcome, brother. How you doing? So good to see you, man.
Glad to be here, man.
I salute you. I mean, one of these for me can do some presser for Shiggy reasons.
Charlie, the next time you go do career day or something for a year, you look good in the camouflage.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll call you then.
I'll go
give me some nice uniform. Make I show them something small. Anyway, I'm so happy you're back. Thank you so much. Last week was very educative. We had a conversation about fires in the home. We had a conversation about the use of the fire extinguishers, and I personally learned for the first time how to use it, how to open it up, and I think it was really good. And I'm sure this conversation is even important now, even more important now, because I don't know whether it's just me, but the Harmattan just set in. And around this time, the weather is very conducive for fires. Is it so?
It's been crazy yesterday and today.
Oh, really?
Especially yesterday was so crazy. I've lost count of the number of fires who went Accra and Tema alone.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, I would say we attended well over 20 fires yesterday. Even as at yesterday dawn, from I think 10:30, 11, there was a huge fire at Osu.
Wow.
Near the police station, getting to the seaside.
Yeah.
They call the place Ice Factory.
Okay.
Over 25 wooden structures got bent.
Wow.
Yes, we were able to salvage about 30 wooden structures and buildings close by. Also, we had vehicular fires. We had the nurses' flat at Kolebu. Some part of it, catching fire. We had a fire at Tudu.
Hey.
We had a fire at Accra Newtown. Someone's house got bent. It was a crazy day yesterday.
Wow.
Airports, around the airports, went for fires. We went for fire at Akwete-Man.
And that's partly because of the Harmattan, isn't it?
Yes, the Harmattan presents an opportunity for the atmosphere to be dry. And you realize that even with the plants and other materials tend to lose some moisture.
Yeah.
And once there's lack of moisture, it creates a conducive environment for fires.
Okay, all right. Today our focus will also be on vehicular fires.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I think we teased it out a little bit when we implored people to get fire extinguishers in their cars.
Exactly.
And you talked about very credible ones from the National Fire Service.
Yes.
Right.
Or service provided who've been certified by
service.
the Ghana National Fire Service.
Okay, all right, good. So let's talk about vehicular fires.
Okay, so vehicular fires are one of the things that are quite common. Amongst the fires I was talking about yesterday includes the one, a vehicular fire at Akwete-Man around Flat Top. And almost every day we record vehicular fires.
What are the statistics? What does it look like?
From January to November this year, we've not even got to December. We've recorded well over 500 fire.
Over 500 vehicular fire incidents.
Exactly. And with fires itself, we've recorded well over 5,000 fires generally, comprising of domestic, commercial, and then electrical, all other fires. So as you can see, the vehicular fire, accounts for a lot of the fires. Also, it's sad to see people afford flashy big cars and they're not even able to get an extinguisher to protect this valuable investment they've made. So it's important for people to learn what to do in case of fires, what to do to prevent fires from catching their vehicles, and how to stay safe even during fires in their vehicles.
Wow, I mean the statistics are horrendous, because if 50 cars are going to be up in flames every month, that's a lot.
That's a lot. As I said last time, due to the lack of stations, sometimes it becomes a bit challenging for our appliances to get there on time. The times that we're able to get there on time, we're able to salvage the situation. But obviously, there'll be some damages. Some might be irreparable, like damages to the car. Some might also be damages that can be worked out. So we are poised to, one, prevent these occurrences from happening.
What are some of the causes of these, and what should we look out for?
Okay, so the causes, so basically, the car comprises of three parts. We have the front part, that's the engine compartment. we have the middle part, that's the passenger area, and then we have the back or the trunk side. Most of the time, the fires happen at the front side, and you realize that even though the tank might be at the back or where the passenger side is, it's connected through a tube. When for fire to happen, there are three elements of fires. We have oxygen, we have heat, and then we have fuel. So when these three elements come together, we have fire. So to take out fires, if you take out one of these elements, you've been able to extinguish a fire. So let's say if there's a fire and then you're able to put a wet blanket on it, it means you've deprived the fire of oxygen that's needed, so the fire would go off. If there's fire and you're able to the fuel, that's they're able to nullify the fuel, you've taken out one element of the fire. So it's important. So with cars, it's the same thing. Oxygen is free and it's all around. The fuel, obviously, we have petrol, we have other oil in these cars, and also when there's the heat, obviously when the burning of fuel in the car happens, it produces heat. Once you move your car a bit, you realize that there's heat. So these three things come about, and so one thing that normally causes fire is poor car management. Poor car management. You realize that people might not open their bonnet until they hear a problem in the car. It's often advisable that you open your bonnet, look out for leakages, oil, or any worn out wires or naked wires in the car. These things can cause fires. Also, when you don't keep your cars neat and then you eat in the car and you leave a lot of particles in there, it invites roaches and mice in many cases. These mice tend to bite on the wires in the car and can cause these fires. Also, if probably some of the people use the gas in their vehicle, for instance, you realize that when you use the gas, if it's from home, that's ideal. But when it's done here, the people might not probably do due diligence or take all the safety considerations at heart, and then might not be able to do it very much.
The alterations and whatnot.
The alterations, and even with the changing of steer from right-hand drive, or vice versa, it becomes a problem, because then if they don't change it with genuine wires or the genuine cables that's supposed to come along with it, then they do alteration, they cut, join, use some sellotapes. In some cases, they don't even use sellotapes to cover it. So once there's no sellotape covering it, and then, Ghana, potholes are our friends.
Yeah.
So if you fall in a pothole and there's a naked wire somewhere and there's another naked wire, it comes into contact, it could cause fires. Also, car batteries are also a major source of fires.
Oh.
Car batteries, because car batteries carry electronic power to these vehicles, and a faulty or a bad car battery can also cause fires for you. So it's important. And also, one thing that people do not know is that when there's a head-on collision or a crash, it can cause fires. When there's a head-on collision or a crash, it can cause fires, because then it ends up damaging some vital parts of the car, then by exposing these oil of gas or fuel to the heat already, and then the oxygen in the atmosphere, and can end up causing fires.
Okay, well, there you go. If you have any questions, you can send us a WhatsApp message on 055 1111997, or you can call us on 0302216541. We're getting some education done on fires this season. We want you to be safe. We want your property and your family to be safe as well, and that's why today we're zooming in on vehicular fires. So maintain your car very well. There are a lot of people who, like you said, haven't opened their bonnet in a long time, and stop eating in your car and leaving debris and whatnot in your car as well. It might attract insects and mites and whatnot who would eat up and expose some of the wires in your car and cause fires.
And also, you have to be on the lookout for the smell of gas, or in the case where you're using gas in the car, or the smell of petrol in the car. When you hear it, because there's there's leakage of these petroleum products in the car. Obviously, oxygen is all around us, and then the heat from the car, coupled with it, can end up what's it called, causing fires.
Okay, Nana just sent a message and says, Lexus, spark plugs not fixed properly could caused my car to catch fire. Thankfully, I escaped. Wow.
Yes, you realize that the spark plugs burn fuel, so once not fixed well, could cause or could lead to a malfunction that could cause fires. So it's good to have an experienced or a reliable mechanic. You just don't take your car to an electrician to fix it, because once you get anyone to fix it, just anyone keke, the person might probably not do a due diligence and might put your life in a risk.
There you go. Yeah, I think that's a very good one. Nana, thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, 055-11-11997. If you have any experiences you want to share as well, or anything you'd want to caution us about, we'll be glad to read them out. Or you can call us on 0302-216-541.
As we speak right now, our team at Circle are being called to a fire.
Oh, okay. That's what is happening on your radio.
To fire. OA Bus Terminal.
Near Winners Chapel. Okay.
So that's under fire right now that our men at Circle are being dispatched to. So fires happen every single time. So until people take their fire education seriously, and especially looking at the season we find ourselves, it becomes a very difficult situation to find ourselves in.
Wow, I mean, this is very interesting, and this is live. Actually.
So and you realize that our control room just give the fire to our station at Circle.
Okay.
Within 1 minute, you'd hear them on their way going, communicating that they're on their way going. But then we know the issues with traffic situations and all. But they'll do well together.
And people also need to learn to give emergency vehicles way. Because sometimes they're stuck in there, they're blowing their sirens, and people are still not giving them way.
And they feel like it's not my fire. So it's a very unfortunate. Sometimes also, so when people build, they hardly leave rooms for penetration of these vehicles.
Yeah.
The spaces they leave are sometimes so small that it's only an abobo ya. It's only an abobo ya or a praya that can get through it.
Wow. Okay, I think we've got a friend on the line. Hello?
Hello, Lexis Bill.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Nice. What's your name?
This is Peter Carrot.
All right, let's hear you.
Just I want to find out from him, how about those people who sit in their private cars and you see them smoking? Can it also cause vehicular fire?
Yes, it does, because then it becomes very dangerous, because you realize that the car is already producing heat due to the combustion process, and then coupled with this smoke, then it exposes the because inside the car is full of a lot of combustible materials. The car seats, be it leather, so you realize that they're on their way going.
Oh, okay, that's what they're saying on the radio.
That's what they're saying on the radio.
Okay.
So because the seats and then all other things in the car are very much combustible, particles of this smoke could even drop in the car and could cause fires.
Yeah.
And once it catches the seat, because there's a lot of oxygen around and because there's a lot of fuel in the car, it makes the burning much more easier.
Okay. All right. Let's see who's here. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine. Let's see. My name is Kafui.
Kafui, kindly turn on the volume on your set for me. I'm getting a lot of feedback.
Okay. So sorry.
All right. Let's see.
I wanted to say something, contribute something.
Okay.
To the program.
Ahead. Go ahead.
You know, the gentleman said people don't, like you mentioned, Lexis, you mentioned that people don't give way to emergency vehicles.
Right.
And then the gentleman said people think that is not their fire or something like that. Actually, I think the problem is lack of education. Lack of education. People are not really, really educated to understand the emergency situations. Ambulances, the police, the fire service, when they are coming, everybody must give way. Especially when there is a traffic light and people are stopped in the traffic light, right? And there are vehicles, those emergency vehicles are coming. The traffic lights are turned on red. So people don't know that they have to drive through the traffic red light so that they can give way for the emergency vehicles to pass.
Right.
So I think in Ghana here, we need a lot of this education. education must be every day, everywhere, every minute, so that people will get to know. Because in the past, we are not used to these kind of emergencies and all these ambulances and fire services everywhere. So I think we lack the education.
Kafu, you make a very good point. Thank you so much. And I'm glad you raised this so that we can all learn from it. I mean, we need to always prioritize the emergency vehicles, the emergency team, always, so that they can, do their work. Yeah.
You see, the thing with fire service, our siren, is that you don't have the luxury of abusing our sirens. Because whenever, even before you move your vehicle, even if you have to go and buy fuel, even if you have to go to the organizer to change a tire, or even to pump a tire, you have to communicate to our control room.
Oh, okay.
You just can't, move the fire tender just like that. Before you move, even to change your tire, even to pump air into the tire, you need to communicate to our control room before you move.
Okay.
So we don't have the luxury of abusing our sirens. So I think it's
when the fire siren is on, it means there's an emergency.
There's an emergency that they are.
So regardless of what's happening, you just give it way. Yeah.
Exactly. And even when they've gone out to buy fuel, or they are the organizer probably getting air into the tire, they can be called to attend to a fire. And so with our plans at any point in time, our movement is a matter of urgency.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you're listening in, you play your part, okay? Let's help them deliver good service to us to protect lives and property. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Alexis.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, I'm Salifu, calling from Kofurudu.
Okay, Salifu, talk to us.
Yeah, I just want to thank you and the fire officer for this educative program. But I want to find out, the police MTTU people, why is that fire service people are always not amount? Because they should be able to also check whether the cars have fire extinguishers and whether it is in good use and whether that's the type that they want. So they should always be amount.
Okay.
So you realize that the police and fire, even though we are all sister agencies, they have their modus operandi. We have ours. We have situations where we also go check out fire extinguishers. And I don't know if I said it here, but I said it that when the policeman stops you to check your extinguisher, never allow him to
use it or activate it.
To activate it, as a means of checking it. You can check by the gauge of it, but do not allow any policeman to press it. So we do our checks, but then obviously, their modus operandi are different from ours, and we can't always be moving with them. And so what I would say is that whenever you realize that there's fire coming from your vehicle, you do not open the bonnet at once.
Okay.
Once you open the bonnet at once, you are inviting so much oxygen to come and exacerbate an already volatile situation where there's fire. So in that case, what you can do is that, so they've arrived, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So right now they've arrived at the OA transport terminal, and that's fast.
Wow. Right now they're there?
Right now.
Okay.
So then when they get there, they have to communicate the nature of fire, and then when they communicate the nature of fire, and then if there's the need for an assistance, because our hydrants have been abused by people, so then so they are there waiting to hear what they would say. And this is happening right now at OA terminal.
Wow.
So whenever you realize that your car has caught fire, gently open the bonnet a little bit, and then apply your
fire extinguisher. Well, we're sorry.
So you see, that's one problem we have. They are being attacked at the fire scene, so they are going back to base. They are being attacked.
Put that on the microphone. We want to hear that.
Yes. So they just put it out there that they are being attacked, so they are going back to base.
Why are they being attacked?
And that's the unfortunate. And that's the unfortunate thing we face. So they are going back to base. And they are going back to base. And when we go back to base, we'll blacklist such an area. If you have fires, we won't come there.
Why are they?
You see, and you see, we are not the ones that start the fires. So that's what they are communicating. And then, so they get there and people feel that immediately call the fire service.
It's not allowing us to move from the fire scene.
So they wanted to leave. They were facing volatile situation. They want to leave, and the crowd is not allowing them. So we are calling for police assistance. And those are things, and this is happening right now as we speak.
Oh my goodness, this is unbelievable.
You see, and so if there's any fire within this area, we won't go. We won't go. Because you see, because at the end of the day, our logistics or our appliances are very limited.
Yeah.
And as an officer in charge, you are responsible for your men and for the appliance, because already these appliances, are, as I said, are very limited.
Yeah.
So once they are limited, we won't allow anyone to just destroy them.
Yeah.
So obviously, we've met a volatile
But I don't understand why they are attacking the fire officers. Let them do their job and help the situation and go.
Exactly. You see, and it's so this is some.
Oh,
so it's happening.
This is unbelievable.
So we've informed the police, and the police will be on their way there. So I'm happy that this has even come out right now.
Yes, this is live on radio, and what you're
you
hearing.
Can send your I'm sure your news
reporters.
News
I think we can get a reporter there as soon as possible,
because it's an active situation happening right now. The fire and then the attack. I'm sure from here I might move there.
Guys, what you're hearing is from his radio, or what do you call that? Your
radio. Guta.
Yeah, and oh my goodness, I can't believe this. I want to hear more. What are they saying?
So they are communicating with our control. So they are their crowd is not allowing them to move. So this is the situation we find ourselves in as a people.
Oh, this is so heartbreaking, goodness. I can't believe this.
And you realize that you saw the time the call came.
Yes.
So
yes.
you see people say we called fire service and they were not coming. Look at the time our control
this was
received the call.
When we received
and right
it,
now
you were live on air.
And then they just got there. But you see, the funny thing is that you'd go and someone was like, we called fire service and they were not coming. Then we'll ask them, what number did you call? Then they'll say we called 999 111. Those are not our numbers. So they end up calling wrong numbers, and then they blame our men. And we don't. The unfortunate thing is that we don't have any fire detection system in the country. That maybe there's a fire somewhere here, so automatically the fire service gets alerted.
Gets to know.
We don't.
Yeah.
And if you don't call on us, there's no way we'll get to know.
Okay, Alex, look, don't go yet. We're not going to wrap this up. After the news, would finalize a conversation on how to solve the car fire, and then you share the numbers with us as well. Okay. What's happening in news, my dear?
Coming up, the minority is taking on the Electricity Company of Ghana for donating 200 motorbikes to the Ghana Police Service. The NDC MPs say they cannot fathom why a debt-ridden institution like the ECG will be seeking to take over the responsibilities of the state when they cannot even pay for the debts they owe the IPPs. Former Power Minister and member of the Mines and Energy Committee, Dr. Kwabena Donko, describes the ECD's conduct as irresponsible.
ECG is in debt to the tune of billions of cedis. Indeed, 2 weeks ago, the Minister for Finance had to intervene to stop Seno Asogli shutting down because of ECG's indebtedness to IPPs. For an entity that cannot pay its debtors, they have no business donating motorbikes to Ghana Police. It is the height of irresponsibility on the management of ECG to go donating motorbikes when they owe so much.
Well, Dr. Kwabena Donko has called for investigation into the action, claiming there could be some corruption somewhere. Let's move on. An MP for Banda and Deputy Minority Chief Whip Ahmed Ibrahim says NADMO has been destroyed by successive governments, hence its inability to truly manage disasters. We know that NADMO has been in the spotlight in the aftermath of the Akosombo Dam spillage, which has destroyed so many communities, but the organization has not been able to reach all the affected communities to help the victims. Speaking during the donation of relief items by the Lashibi prayer camp to 5 MPs, Ahmed Ibrahim warned if NADMO is not well resourced and allowed to operate freely without needless political control, it will collapse.
NADMO has been neutralized. It has become a political campaign wing. government upon government, not only in relation to this government, but by successive government. If political organizations will fail, the church will never fail. We build man church, and the gate of hell shall never prevail. So when it comes to church, everything is on point. So with this, the founder has mentioned the quantity: 90 bags of rice, 22 pieces of cloth, 30 boxes of oil, and then some soap, then some ladies and women clothes.
Let's move to the flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, who has insisted on his commitment to support housing schemes for teachers who voted into power. He spoke at a town hall meeting in the Western region.
Housing policy, and also idea yasomuye. If we say Oshe Yabra Bomua, baby I did Tibeto and no and yo how can say Emma Obia Ube Huso Obibe why a teacher need by 30-something years.
That's John Dramani Mahama. Before we go, the president of the International Committee of the Red Cross, Marjana Spoljarik, has arrived in Israel, where she will meet government officials, speak to the families of hostages, and visit the occupied West Bank. The Red Cross has been criticized by some groups in Israel for what they describe as the organization's failure to visit the hostages. The Red Cross has repeatedly called for access to them, but says it cannot do so without agreement from both parties. In an earlier statement, the Red Cross also said it did not know where the hostages were and could not force its way to Gaza to gain access to them. Well, Spoljarik is likely to use her meeting with the Israeli government to call for better humanitarian access to Gaza, where aid agencies warn that inadequate supplies and restricted access because of the fighting could mean they can no longer provide any meaningful assistance. And with that, we end the headlines at 5 with me, Hannah Odami. You find all these stories and more on myjoyonline.com. Back to Lexis Bill and the
99.7 FM. Drive time on Joy with Lexis Bill.
What's so tasty, creamy, crunchy, makes you happy when it's near? Munchy, munchy, oh munchy, oh munchy, shortcake biscuits.
Enjoy the unbeatable taste of Munchie Milk Shortcake biscuits, serving you original milky richness for 20 years. Munchie, a rich ankasa. This advert is FDA approved.
Hi, I'm Kweku. I make business pitches by day and play on soccer pitches by night. I gave both roles my all because I am more than just one thing. What about you?
We know you are not just about business. You also have other interests. That's why we are the bank that supports the many sides of you. Join ABSA to get every kind of business solution for every kind of you. Visit the nearest ABSA branch or absa.com.gh for more information.
Syntex is a market leader in water tanks in Ghana. Our sizes range from 100 liters up to 25,000 liters, and they're available in many different colors. Did you know Syntex doesn't just do tanks? Syntex is your one-stop shop for all your plastic packaging needs. Call 0244 335 168 to find out more, or message us on our social media handles at Syntex Ghana. Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough.
God have mercy upon us.
Get ready to unbox laughter this holiday season. The 30th edition of the funniest night in Ghana, a night of 1,030 laughs and music.
Join us as we unbox laughter with some of Africa's biggest comedians: Basket Mouth, Obian Ponsa, Gordon, Lady the Comic, Hogan, McDalfo, and Foster Romanas, plus live music from Nasi, Abiana, and the very sensational The Greatest Band.
26 December, Boxing Day at the Grand Arena.
Get your tickets now at Charterhouse, Nalem stores at 300 Ghana cedis regular and 500 Ghana cedis premium, or dial *713* *P3*26#.
Book your tables now on 050-1288-520. Proudly brought to you by Saville Row, Yango,
Close Up,
Joy FM,
and powered by Charterhouse.
Agriculture is for everyone, and I dream of the day that everyone will have an agriculture, vocational, or technical story to share. My name is Araba Kumsin, and I welcome you to Ghana Grows Ejuma.
Join Araba Kumsing every Friday at 4 p.m. on Joy 99.7 FM and at 5:45 p.m. on Adom 106.3 FM for the Ghana Grows Ejuma broadcast. For more information on how to register for the Ghana Grows program, call the Springboard Call Center on 030-8255-775 or visit Springboard Zone or Ghana Grows on social media.
Ghana Grows Ejuma is brought to you by MasterCard Foundation in partnership with the Springboard Roadshow Foundation.
Let's go produce it, process it, distribute.
Ebrason, say ye my lorry akwan so ho banbo hia yen yie pa. Said ye beya ahyenkafo a wo de ahyen tumirika hunu ne wane a sekane so kokokora no atwa fa so. Ne dodro na wo bu lorry akwan so mra so. Enko nkotwi mfa ya wofo ne ye mofra so. Enko pra won anam enko kum won. Na ye nyina atena nkomu a akwanhye bie ni ho. Webra a police for de we hinta hunani no ehwe bibia. Ye da traffic tech GHA. Eye fidie fofra etwa mfoni e free Ghana police edumakuo no ho edi enam mfoni afidie betwa so ebema police fo ehunu won ya wo bu lorry akwan so mra so ne wama won aso twin siketua ho tikete she lorry akwan so yi #PL enam Ghana police edumakuo ene National Road Safety Authority fonsa was so ene e de sad we boy tuja.
Massa, make what make you go. We need to go to the bank first before we go and pay for the things. Time no day like that too.
Relax. Everything they my hand inside.
Massa, we need to get the cash.
Forget the cash. See, transfer, payment. I dey use the Cowbank app. No stress.
That's slow for me. I still forgo my bank. I don't have account for Cowbank.
I say forget the cash. Even without an account at Cowbank, you can download the app, sign up, and connect your mobile money wallet or debit card. And you can make your payments too.
Hey, I just signed up.
Enjoy the convenience, safety, and freedom of the Cowbank app. Whether you have an account with Cowbank or not, all options are open to you, including scan to pay. Download the Cowbank app now. Forget the cash.
Feel like I for just open account for Cowbank
on the app. No.
Cowbank, forward together.
Cowbank, forward together.
The festival is coming.
What is going on between you and Pamela?
Roverman Productions, in partnership with Joy FM and the National Theatre, presents the Roverman Festival of Plays. The festival starts on 23rd December with 4 girls, the spell. 24th December, husband material, 7 yards. 25th December, I like what you like. New Year's Day, naked in bed. 2nd January, unhappy wives confuse husbands. 6th January, just the tip. 7th January, naked in bed. 8th January, for girls, the spell. Venue, National Theatre. For tickets, dial *365*535#. WhatsApp 050-554-6010 or visit our regular outlets. Rate 200 Ghana cedis per play and 900 cedis for 6 plays. Time 4 and 8 p.m. each day. Sponsors Gino Tomato Mix, GCB Bank and Ebony Condos. Roverman Productions. Be the difference.
Yeah, darling.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Drive time on Joy with Lexis Bill.
At OA Terminal, not on the mountain this time. We just witnessed the whole live drama, which is still unfolding actually at OA Terminal right now, the Ghana National Fire Service, and we're just having a conversation about it. And really, I'm just literally mortified about all that's happening this afternoon, and it wasn't totally planned. I mean, it's all live, happening live right here. I'm witnessing the kind of drama that the Ghana National Fire Service has to face, and A.D.O1 Alex King Nortey and his men have to go through every day to secure property and lives, and it's just heartbreaking. But we're still here. I needed us to finish this conversation before we wrap up on today's edition of our campaign on securing the festive celebrations. And A.D.O1 Alex King Nortey is with the Public Relations Department of the Ghana National Fire Service. And bro, So welcome back. I think you can put your microphone back now. Yeah, sure. Okay, there you go. So quick one. What's the update on the fire situation at the OA terminal?
Okay, so one of our major headaches, as I rightfully said, is civilian attacks on our men. Which is one thing that we frown upon, and you see, people take it for granted that fire officers are weak. But a fire officer, we don't use weapons, so our weapons are our hands. If you attack a fire officer and he gives you a slap, you collapse. So from what I'm gathering from our the communication, the people have attacked the appliance and have broken the handle of the lockers. Yes. So
the lockers
that contain the hoses and the firefighting materials. The civilians there have attacked the appliance and have broken the handles.
So they can't open it.
So they've now called for reinforcement from our headquarters to go and augment.
So that means that you are sending another fire tender there.
Unfortunately, if I had my way, I would have said no. But as part of our mandate, we are to fight fires irrespective of the situation we find ourselves. But if I had my way, I wouldn't have allowed our men our second appliance to go there, because at the end of the day, you can't keep destroying appliances that are meant to serve you and expect to still be pampered with another appliance. No.
And whilst all these attacks and whatnot are going on, hampering their work and whatnot is going, the fire is still burning.
The fire is still burning. That's how come they had to call for a second pump, so that the second pump would fight the fire. And you see, I want to avoid using the word stupid, but the unfortunate thing here is that fires keep spreading. So the more you are attacking our men and then obstructing them in the performance of their duty, the fire is not waiting; it will keep spreading. So let's out from here. I'll go there, and I'm sure your news team will be on the grounds, and whatever update it is, definitely would pass it on.
All right. I think that hey, Asamoah, Ghana, I'm just so disappointed and heartbroken with all that's happening this afternoon. But it's okay. It's well. At least the education will go down well, and hopefully the people listening will help as well.
But not everyone listens to fire education, because someone will tune into Joy, hear that fire, and will be like, we'll chuckle and be like, oh, I'm back from and we change the channel without listening to the ways that they can protect themselves.
Well, our listeners, they will not change the channel. They
are discerning listeners.
Yes, we have very discerning listeners, and they are listening very well, and they will support the Ghana National Fire Service. I think the outstanding thing that we needed to wrap up on was how to fight a fire when your car catches fire, and then you can give us the emergency numbers again so people can write them down.
Exactly. All right. So basically, when you see your car is on fire, you'd get your extinguisher handy. As I said last week, you have to always keep your extinguishers within harm's reach, somewhere that can be easily that you can easily get it without having to go through any trouble. Then you'd open your bonnet, just a little bit. Then you'd spray the extinguisher over there. So once you spray, the powder is normally advised for vehicular situations like this. So the powder on the fire will deny the fire of oxygen, and then once it has subsided, then you can open the bonnet, take off the battery terminal, and then apply more extinguisher to it.
Okay, very simple like that.
Exactly.
And
I would love us to do. And I'd like us to do a test. Maybe the way people say they call fire service and our numbers don't go through, I'd want us to do a test and see if the line will go, the emergency lines will go through.
Maybe we can do that another time. Yes,
sure.
Because we've run out of time now.
All right.
So share with us the emergency numbers again.
Okay. So emergency numbers are 192 and 112. But then, if these are the general emergency numbers, and I'll put out a number to our control room there, so that you can call those numbers directly if any of these numbers are not going through. So we have 0302 772 446. 0302 772 446. When you call it, it goes straight to our control room, and you'll be given the necessary assistance you need.
All right. It's very important that you don't just call these numbers anyhow. You call them in cases of emergency.
Exactly.
We've had people talk about the prank calls that people call these emergency lines. Remember that when you hold up the line, when you call the line with nothing, somebody else is trying to get through with an emergency. Exactly. So you probably are worsening a situation somewhere. So please keep these numbers on your phone, speed dial. It's important. But when there's an issue, that's when you use them. Okay? I'm grateful. Bro, I'm really...
I know. It's unfortunate. We face this on a daily occasion, and we're hoping that your discerning listeners would infect other people to be discerning, and then...
In fact, I will make a call, an appeal to ECG on behalf of the Ghana National Fire Service, because, I mean, when Hannah came to read the news, they donated to the Ghana Police. Yes. But I think that the Ghana National Fire Service as well, you work with them very closely.
We are actually their major stakeholders.
Yes, so because all the electrical fires and whatnot, and electricity na edeba. If you are helping the Ghana Police, please think about the Ghana National Fire Service as well.
Thank you very much.
Please retool them, help them with fire tenders. Exactly. When you are donating motorbikes to police, donate motorbike to Ghana. No,
thank you.
Gallons or water hose, something. Buy something for the Ghana National Fire Service.
Mechanized boreholes, advantage points for the Ghana National Fire Service, so that because at the end of the day we are using it to protect their installations when their meter catches fire, when they are high tension, when all their installations catch fire. We are the ones to protect them.
ECG is led by a very honorable man, Mr. Samuel Dubik Mahama. He's a great man, and I know he will listen to my voice this afternoon. Please, as you are donating to police, please think about the Ghana National Fire Service as well. You work with them. They put out the fires at your fire stations, in our homes, because of electricity and whatnot. Buy something for them. Buy a truck, a fire tender for them. Is that what you call it?
Yes, or even they could even buy a water tanker. One of those big water tankers.
Yeah.
It will be very helpful for us in the execution of our, or helmets, or breathing apparatus, tunics, anything that, if they get in touch with our operations department, they could let them know our need, and then they could help us out.
Charlie, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lexis.
In fact, today's episode has made me very sad, to be honest. And with all the drama that's happening, I'm very heartbroken, and I hope that something will be done to help the Ghana National Fire Service.
Thank you very much.
Bro, Nyamishrao.
Charlie, you're the man.
You're the man.
Bless you. I can't say what's up, because we're all sad.
yes, but it's okay. A.D.O1 Alex King Nortey with the Public Relations Department of the Ghana National Fire Service. I'm Lexis Bill. Stay tuned in. Now, remember, it's time to unbox joy and unwrap the music.